Welcome to the Boar's coverage of the 2026 SU Spring Officer Elections, where we're offering all candidates for full-time officer positions an interview with our team ahead of big decision night. I'm Naomi Pandey, Head of Communications, and today I'll be interviewing Dae Pomeroy, running for the position of VP Welfare and Campaigns in the upcoming elections. Welcome, Dae. Hello, welcome.
Hi,
Um,
nice to meet
yeah,
you.
nice to meet you. Okay, the first question for you is why did you decide to run for this position?
So I think I decided to run for this position actually like quite early on in my studies. I'm an exchange student, which means that I've kind of seen the back end of the university in not so great of a light sometimes. And particularly like my housing issues in second year made me realize that there has to be a better way of doing this almost. And yeah, I've just worked in quite a number of society welfare like execs now, and I think it's just something that I truly am passionate about and think that there can be significant amounts of change for.
Oh, yeah, thank you for your answer. That's great. Moving on to the next question. How will you seek to continue to improve mental health and well-being provision on campus?
Well, I think that firstly, like, we need to renegotiate what we think is welfare, because I think that there are a wonderful amount of well-being and mental health provisions on campus, but overall our current understanding of like holistic welfare is really not truly established. So what I want to do is try and continuously obviously improve mental health services and well-being, like lower waiting times, get care that is culturally competent, and ensure that all students can be guaranteed a space, especially like opening up SU advice hours to drop-ins, because SU Advice Center is an incredible resource that I feel like we aren't using correctly. Um, but also taking a fully holistic view on welfare, understanding that welfare is also looking at students having fun and going out and going to sober spaces and enjoying themselves, like truly trying to lean into all of the ways that the university provides welfare on campus.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And that takes us to the third question as well, which is report and support disclosures rose for the fourth year running in 2024 to 5. Are you concerned about these figures and what more can the SU do to support students?
Yeah, I think Ollie Chapman's work currently is really incredible for this, and he mentioned about kind of trying to separate report and support from their well-being and welfare capacities and their security capacities. I think that's an incredibly like important uh definition that we need to be making, because there are very different conversations to be had about um report and support as a scheme. I think it is incredible as a scheme, but I do think it definitely lets down students. And especially with things like sexual misconduct and misogyny on campus, I think that's something that we really have to look into, because unfortunately, it's such a case where so many students don't feel that they have the safe space to report these issues until they leave university. So then there must be, in some way, a failure of report and support in that way. We need to look into actually providing anonymity and support to these reports, essentially.
Okay, great. Thank you for your answer. Moving on to fourth question. The cost of living crisis still affecting students on campus, and even though the new co-op replaced routes, prices didn't dramatically
Mm.
fall for students. Across the SU ran outlets and SU's relationship with the university, what more would you do to support students with the cost of living crisis?
I think this is one of the main key aims of welfare and campaigns at the moment, is tackling and addressing the cost of living crisis, because like even though every year we put pressure on the uni, the pressure doesn't change anything. And I think that really we need to add limits to what the uni can do, in terms of I really want to add a price limit to hot food at university, because the prices that we're paying are outrageous. I believe that every student should be like allowed housing on campus in first year. And I think that in order to do that, I would like to introduce a guarantor scheme, because I think that a significant portion of students that are living on campus in second year and third year are there because they don't have a guarantor. That was my case in second year. I had to live on campus, and I didn't want to. And I think that even though a lot of people do want to, I think that a guarantor scheme would make it is a vital project for people that might live abroad and struggle with visas and guarantors across nations. Sorry. um, um, for estranged and care experienced students, and even for students with working class backgrounds whose their family or people that they know don't actually fit into these guarantor guidelines. So hopefully that will help cost of living, but also just continuously fight the expensive prices on campus. It is just so far-fetched that they can charge so much at SU outlets. Recently I went to UCL just to see what their campus is like, and they have things in place. They have price limits and they have so much cheaper food. So yeah, definitely lobby food group for what they're doing and how much profit they're making from us. And continuously support the cost of living crisis through financial security, because it's just completely unimaginable at the moment.
Yeah. Thank you for that answer as well. And we're moving on to the final question, which is, what campaigns would you seek to run over the next year?
So I want a complete overhaul of the campaign system at the moment. I think it's great that we have a concept of campaigns, but at the moment, nothing is actually becoming SU affiliated campaigns, and nothing's staying that way. In my 4 years of being at university, I have seen so many student campaigns flourish and then unexpectedly die out because they didn't have any form of university or SU backing. One of the main ways that I would do this is actually work with students on how they could be supported through a campaign. I have a lot of campaign ideas. I think that we should constantly pressure the university on their colonial and trades armed affiliated companies that they are working with and financially supporting. I think that we should push for BP off campus. Their archives, I think, like make the university's interests affiliated with BP's actions as a company. I think that we need to do a full report on sexual misconduct and misogyny, alongside continuing the work that Tommy did 2 years ago as president on his look at racial care and support for international students. But yeah, the campaigns are very, very close to my chest. I think that if I was given the role of welfare and campaigns, I would try to continue that as half in the same scope as welfare, essentially, because I think it's something that we really aren't succeeding on as a SU at the moment. So yeah, and definitely working with execs and societies liberation societies to put forward constructs of what the campaigns with SUs could look like, and just provide more information as well, because no one knows that it's part of the SU website, you know.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. And that's all of the questions we have for you today. Thank you so much
Oh,
for coming.
wonderful.
And yeah, have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.